Sid, let's throw it forward to the return leg because Real Madrid now will have some suspensions. Obviously, Ferland Mendy out as well. I assume Benzema will be better, but also Neymar, you would think, would be better. Um, but it's still just a one goal difference. I mean,
I think
what does your head tell you?
um, it's. I don't know. Is the answer to that? I think you're right. It is only a one goal difference. Obviously, the removal of the away goals rule means that it really is only a one goal difference. You're not in a position in which if Paris Saint Germain catch you on the break, it's done. Because previously we'd been in a position where you think, well, this is set up for Paris Saint Germain to get them one breakaway of Neymar or Mbappe, boom, score a goal. All right, that's it. But it's not like that now. And so in a way, it's not massively different, I suppose, from it having been a 0-0 in the first game. In that Real Madrid would still feel the need that they were going to have to go and score a goal at some point. Um, I think that the absence of Casemiro is a really interesting one because Casemiro is the one player in the squad that doesn't really have a natural replacement. Now, you could see them maybe going for Kroos and Modric as a pair and putting two other midfielders in to try and balance it out. You could see them maybe going for Fede Valverde there, but it's just not his position. You could see them going with Camavinga there, but it's not really his position either. I mean, he could play that role, but it's not really his position. And so I think that provides a big question mark. The absence of Mondi, I think, means that you're likely to see Nacho at left back, who's solid and steady enough, but it's up against Mbappe. So, and if you've got Neymar on the other side, it's not like you can double up and try and protect him. Um, and also the other thing is just looking at what happened in Paris, just how much better Paris Saint-Germain were. And all of that, of course, leads you to say, well, look, PSG should go through. But this is Real Madrid. And I must confess, and I'm going to be honest with you on this, throughout the game in Paris the other night, particularly when Paris Saint-Germain had those last two chances in the 85th and the 90th minute they didn't take, I thought to myself, this is Madrid in Europe all over. The most successful team in Europe is also the great survivors. And sometimes you don't know how they've done it, but somehow they're still standing. And when Mbappe scores, of course, that bursts that bubble a little bit, that bursts that narrative a little bit, but it's still only 1-0. And this is still a team that's still standing. And in recent years in the Champions League, maybe I shouldn't follow this because after they went to Ajax, what was it, 4 years ago and won, or 3 years ago and won, I thought, oh, that's it, it's done. And Ajax came to the Bernabeu and absolutely took them to pieces. But there is a bit of me that thinks it's Real Madrid at the Bernabeu. And that, you've asked me what my head says, and maybe that's not my head. Maybe that's an irrational way of looking at it. But you can't help but sort of lean that way.
I I'm just going to throw this out there as a possibility. But if Benzema is fully fit, I wouldn't be surprised if he actually considers maybe changing and doing what some people suggested he might have done in this leg, and perhaps replace Casemiro not with one guy but with two guys, Valverde
Yes.
and Camavinga, with Modric and Kroos, dominate the possession, and kind of leave Paris Saint-Germain in a situation where, assuming that Messi starts, you have Neymar and Messi who just kind of like hang out and contribute nothing, really try to grind them down, at least in the first half with the possession, a set piece, a piece of magic, a piece of creativity, creating something for Vinicius to run onto. And then if that doesn't work, then you can start thinking about, Asensio, Isco, Rodrigo, whatever you want to do at that stage. And then obviously you need to gamble more. But how would you play it?
Well, my prediction before a ball was kicked was PSG win 1-0, as they did, but Real Madrid go through 2-1 on aggregate. That's how I saw it, because I still look at the PSG players and I still think, on your worst day, have you got the players that will do the dirty work? In the second leg, when the going gets tough, if it does get tough, if Real Madrid dominate, I personally, in my opinion, I'd put Luka Modric in one, and I'd play him as the holding midfield player, and I'd just replace him with Valverde in Modric's position. And then Luka Modric has got the eyes, he's got the expertise, he's got the intelligence and know-how to play that position. He's a player that can play any position. Left back might be a bit more of a problem. Alaba could maybe shift over one and bring a centre back in to play alongside Militao. But they've got to start well. And in the Bernabeu, would it really shock you if Real Madrid went through? It wouldn't shock me. Would it shock you if PSG, some of their fancy players and some of the players that don't want to put the hard yards in when the going gets tough, if they don't do that, would it shock you? It wouldn't shock me. At the same time, if Neymar turns it on with a bit of magic, if Mbappe turns it on with a bit of magic, it's wide open, is what I'm saying. I don't think this is done.
Yeah, I agree with you there. It could get ugly very quickly if they turn it on.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.